Welcome to Flash Tutorial 31. Which timeline? I have the CS5 program opened and I'm going to start a new FLA, keeping the default, and we're going to start by making a ball. So pick up your rectangle tool and convert it to an oval tool. I'll keep the black stroke and I'm going to go with a red fill, holding my shift down to make a ball. While it's highlighted, I'm going to open my colors panel. If you don't have your colors panel, open window and click color here, and that'll open that panel for you. Make sure it's highlighted. If not, grab your selection tool and highlight it. Click here. We want a radial gradient, and here I want this end to be, let's switch these around. I want the white over here in the center, and up here I want to pick red. So there's my ball with a little bit of glow on it. Up here where the free transform tool, right in the corner, click that, and I want this gradient tool, and get on this horn and just move it up to the side like that for a minute, so it looks like the ball has a little bit of light on it. Lock that layer, insert a layer, let's call that red ball. There it is. Let's lock that layer. Let's make a blue ball. And let's basically do the same thing. And an easy way to do that would be to click here, because there's no symbols yet. Got no symbols, that's just a drawing. So unlock that red ball layer, make sure the blue's locked. Selection tool, highlight it. Get the crosshairs, right click, copy it. Lock that layer, unlock the blue ball layer, select the frame one, paste in place, and move it to the right using my arrow keys. And also pick up that color panel, and this time I want blue. And you see this red, green, blue, click blue. And I click the top here, and this is the blue I want right here. See how I did that? Have much similar thing. Pick up the gradient tool again. It's already selected, and put the light up there in that corner. So I now have two balls. Let's make the blue ball a bit smaller, so pick up the free transform tool, select the blue ball, and make it slightly smaller, holding my shift in, making it smaller, and I'm going to put it up here higher than the red ball. Lock that layer, and just want to call this ground. Just ground. Go here for the ground, make it black. Okay, make sure the other layers are locked. Select frame one of the ground layer. Now I want my rectangle tool and make a long skinny rectangle. And I want that to be down lower than that. So if I look at my fit window, there's what I have. Now lock that ground layer, and let's deal with the red ball first. Let's go up to frame 10 and insert a keyframe. Let's go to frame 20 and insert a keyframe. Now you notice that neither the ground nor the blue ball is here, because I'm up to frame 20, and if I look, follow this red line down, the only thing that's up here is so far the red ball. Okay, let's go back to here. That's where the red ball is going to start. At frame 10, I want it to be on the ground, so let's bring the ground up. So go up here to this ground layer, frame 20, right click, insert a keyframe. Notice we didn't have to unlock that layer. Unlock the red ball layer, select this keyframe here and use your arrow keys. Bring the ball down. Click in here anywhere, make a classic tween. Click in here anywhere and make a classic tween. So now if we test at that, the ball just bounces, bounce, bounce. And because the blue is only on frame 1, we only see it for that one time. So now let's lock that and let's do the blue ball. But let's make it bounce much, much slower. So go up to frame 25, insert a keyframe. Go up to frame 50, insert a keyframe. Now on frame 25, I want it to hit the ground. So I want the ground again to be up to frame 50. So click on this frame. You see that fuzzy square, hold it, drag it up to 50. Now my blue ball layer is still unlocked. Select this keyframe at 25 and make sure it's highlighted. Use your arrow keys. Bring this down to the ground. Okay. Click anywhere in here, classic tween. Anywhere in here, classic tween. Now let's see what happens. Okay, the red ball bounced once. The blue ball continues to bounce. So why does the red ball disappear? Because the red ball disappears right here, because that's the last frame, and the keyframe and the playhead just keeps coming like this, then back to frame 1, and right here is the last frame. So if we wanted to see that red one bouncing over and over, we have to have it in here, and that's where the problem comes. We can do this. Click here, drag it across, copy these frames, click here, paste frames, and that will bring it up to here. But you see, there's an uneven spot here, so we'd have to change something. Either we'd have to change the blue one or the red one, and we could do that. So let's click here on the blue one, hold it down and bring it back to there, and let's click here on the blue one, click again, bring it back to there, and let's see these frames here. We don't need these. Remove them. Now they'll both continue to bounce over and over again. Naturally this one bounces more than that one, and in this case, because both of these balls are on the same timeline, and that their tweens are on the same timeline, they're really interconnected. You can't complete one without completing the other unless you either tell it to stop completely in midair, which we could do, or you have to extend the frames and have it bounce. Because we could have went and just right click, remove them frames, and where the ball's there, we could have come up here, click this, insert a keyframe, and during that time up here the red ball wouldn't move. So now let's see if there's a better way of doing that. Let's come here, right click, drag all that, right click, remove all those frames, click here, right click, remove tween, click here, right click, remove tween. Now let's start with the red ball. While it's selected, go up here, modify, convert it to a symbol, make it a movie clip, call it BALLRED_MC. It's a movie clip. Okay, lock that layer, highlight this one, modify it to a symbol, movie clip, BALLBLUE_MC. It's a movie clip now. So there's two movie clips. The blue ball is selected, so let's just double click on it, and now we're inside that movie clip. And we're going to make it bounce. We'll take it up to 30s, insert a keyframe, go up to 60, insert a keyframe, go back to that 30 and use your arrow keys, bring that blue ball down. This is much the same as we did before. Touch there. Click anywhere in here, classic tween, anywhere in here, classic tween. So now there's the blue ball bouncing on its own timeline. Back to scene 1. Do the same thing now with the red ball. Oh, gotta unlock that. Lock all the layers. Unlock the red ball layer. Select layer 1. Double click on it. And we'll do it. Up to frame 10. Insert keyframe. Frame 20. Insert keyframe. Back to frame 10. Use your arrow keys. Bring it down. Right click. Classic tween. Right click. Classic tween. Now when we test it, they're both independent of each other, and you can see that's a much better way to go. This one's totally independent of that. I hope you learned something from this tutorial, and I hope you use what you learned.